In the vast, unforgiving wilderness of the Serengeti, an unexpected hero emerged. A lioness fierce and protective faced an unimaginable challenge that would change everything. But what happened next? Well, it's a story so incredible you won't believe your eyes. What did she do that no one expected? Let's dive into the shocking journey of Nya, the lioness who defied the wild to save her cub. Nya wasn't always the symbol of courage she's known as today. Born into the heart of the Serengeti, she had to learn survival the hard way. As a cub, she witnessed the harshness of the wild, how the balance of life and death was a constant companion. Her early days were filled with lessons, some taught through her mother's protective gaze, others through the bitter taste of defeat. Nya's mother, a lioness who had faced countless challenges, passed on the knowledge of the land, the ways to hunt, to fight, and to protect. But what Nya never expected was that the greatest test of her life would come not from the predators of the Serengeti, but from the wild itself. As she grew, Nya became one of the pride's most skilled hunters. Her sleek, golden fur shimmered under the harsh sun as she moved with the fluid grace of a shadow, unnoticed and deadly. But Nya's true strength wasn't just in her speed or her ability to bring down prey, it was in her relentless drive to protect. Her rise to prominence in the pride was marked not by victory over enemies, but by her growing reputation as a fierce protector of the next generation. When she gave birth to Jabari, the pride's future, everything changed. Jabari's birth was a turning point, but little did Nya know that her maternal instincts would soon force her into an unimaginable situation. It started like any other day on the Serengeti. The golden sun rose over the horizon, casting long shadows across the land. Jabari, only a few months old, was beginning to test the limits of his curiosity. Today, the young cub had spotted a tall tree in the distance, a challenge, an adventure, a chance to prove himself. With a determined gleam in his eye, he pounced and scrambled at the base of the tree, his tiny claws digging into the bark. At first, his attempts were clumsy, every move a reminder of how young and fragile he still was. But as Jabari climbed higher, his confidence grew. The branches seemed to bend and sway under his tiny weight, and for a moment it seemed like he might just make it, but then disaster struck. With a deafening crack, the branch Jabari was clinging to snapped, sending him plummeting to the ground. Nya's heart stopped. In that instant, time seemed to slow. Jabari hit the earth with a sickening thud, letting out a cry of pain that echoed across the plain. Nya's instincts kicked in. She rushed to her cub's side, her roar of desperation filling the air. She knew that his survival depended on her and on what she could do next. What many didn't know about Nya was the deep knowledge she had gained from her years in the wild. She was more than just a skilled hunter, she understood the ways of the land, the cycles of life and death, and the unspoken stories of the Serengeti. She had heard the older lions tell tales of strange two-legged creatures who had powers beyond the wild, creatures who might be able to help when the natural order failed. The pride dismissed these stories as myth, but Nya could no longer afford to dismiss anything. She couldn't wait for the others to come. Jabari was in critical condition, and every second counted. She made a decision that no one expected. She would seek out these mysterious creatures. Nya's journey was a desperate one. She had no idea where to find the humans, but she knew she had to try. Every step she took was guided by love and fear, the instinct to protect Jabari, no matter the cost. The world around her remained unchanged, still, vast, and dangerous, but her mind was focused on one thing: survival. Lions are often depicted in documentaries as savage predators with little regard for anything but survival. Yet, Nya's story would forever challenge that perception. While the world saw lions as cold, calculating hunters, Nya's actions revealed another side, one of love, compassion, and sacrifice. Her willingness to seek help from the humans painted a different picture of the wild, showing us that even the fiercest creatures can harbor the most tender instincts. This wasn't about survival of the fittest. This was about something more, a mother's love that transcended species. In that moment, Nya wasn't just a predator. She was a mother willing to defy the rules of the wild to save her cub. Some questioned Nya's decision to approach the humans. Was she simply desperate, or did she recognize something in these creatures, a spark of kindness? The other lions in the pride had always kept their distance from the humans, viewing them with suspicion and hostility. So, why would Nya trust them now? Could it be that Nya had seen something in the humans that no other lion had the possibility of compassion? Perhaps it was an instinct she couldn't ignore. Or maybe, as some speculated, it was the last hope of a mother with nothing left to lose. Whatever the reason, Nya's actions weren't just a random act, they were driven by something deeper. Her bond with Jabari had become her driving force, and nothing, not even the harshest realities of the Serengeti, would stop her from seeking help. As Nya ventured further into the unfamiliar terrain, she came across a group of human rangers, patrolling the land in their open-roof vehicle. At first, the rangers thought they were witnessing yet another lioness on the prowl. But then, they saw Nya carrying something small and motionless in her jaws. As the vehicle came to a stop, the rangers were frozen in disbelief. Could it be? Nya approached them, her muscles taut with tension, her every step measured and deliberate. Then, to their shock, she gently placed Jabari on the ground before them, looking directly into their eyes. In that moment, it became clear Nya wasn't just asking for help. She was trusting them with her son's life. The rangers, initially in awe of the sight before them, quickly sprang into action. They worked to stabilize Jabari, but the tension in the air was palpable. Every move was made carefully, deliberately. As Nya stood guard, watching every action with unwavering intensity, her eyes never left the rangers. It was as if she knew they were her last hope, and she wasn't going to leave until she knew Jabari was safe. As the rangers successfully stabilized Jabari, Nya let out a soft rumble, a sound not of aggression, but of relief. She didn't roar in triumph. Instead, she moved closer to her cub, nuzzling him gently, reassuring him that everything would be okay. The rangers stood back, giving them space, but the moment was still charged with emotion. Nya had placed her trust in these humans, and they had not failed her. Before they knew it, Nya and Jabari slowly retreated into the golden grasses of the Serengeti, leaving behind a moment of profound connection. The rangers, still in disbelief at what they had just witnessed, could only watch as the lioness and her cub disappeared into the wild. Nya had not only saved her cub's life, but she had also shown the world that compassion knows no boundaries. The story of Nya and Jabari became a legend, a reminder that sometimes the wild isn't just a place of survival, it's a place of connection, of empathy, and of hope. And perhaps, just perhaps, the real wild hero isn't the one who dominates, but the one who shows that even in the harshest of worlds, love can still find a way to thrive. *Subscribe to Animal Notebook for more.